How can you make up to $50,000 on YouTube? In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the step on everything you need to do in order for you to be able to earn such amount of money on YouTube. Alright, so what we're going to be discussing about today is movie recap. How can you upload movies on YouTube? It is not possible for you to upload someone else's movie on YouTube and then you won't get copyright, or YouTube won't restrict that video from being uploaded on YouTube. So the only way you can actually do this is if you upload a recapped movie. Now, when I mean by a recapped movie is uploading a movie, maybe a trending movie, but this time around you are changing everything. You are not using the voiceover or their music or whatsoever. You are going to turn all of that off and then use your own written words in the movie. All right, so I'm just going to walk you guys through the whole step. This is not going to take so much of your time. I'm sure after watching this video and you want to try it on your own, it should just take you an hour or less in doing this. All right, so we're just going to get started right away, and I will actually advise why you follow along in watching this video. You can as well start doing it on your own so as you can get used to it. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is to move over to our YouTube. So moving over to our YouTube, we want to get a movie recap we are going to be using. So it's going to be difficult for us to get a movie then start recapping it from afresh. It's going to be so much difficult. So we are just going to go ahead to look for some channels that has been uploading some movies, and then we are going to take a movie that has good numbers of views there and recap it. But this time around, we're not going to take a recent movie. We'll try to take a movie of maybe years back or a month back. All right, so there are so many channels that are actually doing this, and in fact they are earning more than $50,000 on YouTube. They're earning, if not more than $1 million on YouTube. So why I see $50,000 is because this is just a start. As you keep going or keep progressing in movie recap, in the next few months or year, you are going to be earning like them. So all of this is just consistency. It is very, very important on YouTube. So we are going to be looking for movie recap. So some of the movies that can actually trend or make you go have good numbers of views faster on YouTube, movies that has to do with love, romance, and the rest of that. So if you are planning on moving into recapping movies that are not about love and romance, maybe moving into crazy or horror kind of movies, okay, so you can do well to check out movie recaps. In fact, that is what they really specialize mostly on, horror movies. So if you want to go into something like romance, love, and the rest of that, you can do well to check other movie recap channel that do stuff like this. All right, so I'm just going to look for one to use. I'm going to be checking one. Okay, so I think I'm going to be recapping this movie. Now you need to take note that any movie you are trying to recap, you need to make sure that that movie, whatever they are saying, is in AI. Yes. Now the reason why I'm saying is in AI, so that the words, because we want to get the words, those words we are going to get it, rephrase it, and then use it. So those words we do not need to start checking them from afresh and then trying to correct some necessary parts in it. All right, so if you should listen to this, you notice that this is actually in AI. So just listen to this.
Leaving them to be the Manzoni. He cuts the finger off the father and sends it to mafia boss Don Lucchese, who is currently in jail.
All right, so these are the kind of movies we are going to be recapping. So what we want to do here now is to download this movie, and also we are going to be using the words in it. Okay, so how can we download this? What you are going to be doing is to copy this link here. Yes, you can go ahead and copy your link and then move over to Snapsave. All right, so this is it. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description. Whichever link I'm going to be using in this tutorial, I'll be dropping it in the description. You can go ahead to open it from there. So I'll go ahead and click on download. So I want to be downloading this first. While it is downloading, I can now go back there to start rephrasing my words. To rephrase it, I'll click on this and then I copy this. All right, so most of you, when you open your YouTube, you won't find this here. This is YouTube transcript and summary. For you to be able to install this is a Chrome extension. For you to be able to install this Chrome extension, you can go ahead and search for YouTube summary. You go ahead and open your YouTube summary and then you can install this from there. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description, so you can do well to check the description for the link. So I can just go back here, and then my summary here, I'm going to copy it. I'll copy this transcript here, and then I move over to my notepad, and then I paste it here. So what I want to do next now is to do away with some of these that I don't need here, like this and the transcript. So I'll just do away with this one. I'll come over here, I'll remove this, I give a space here, I remove this, I give a space here. So I'm going to do that till the end. All right, so believing you are done with that and looking at mine, this is just the way it's going to be looking like. All right, so we are done with deleting this unwanted words there, and the next thing we want to do is now to rephrase, because we do not want to use the same words as movie recap are using. Okay, so in order for us to be able to rephrase this into our own words, we are going to be using a website called Quillbot. We are going to be using it for free. In fact, everything we are going to be doing in order for us to create a recapped movie, we are going to be using it for free. Okay, so the free one is there, and then the premium is there, $4. So whichever one, you are going to still work it out. But when you're using the free, it's going to be a little bit more stressful. Yes, because you have to be breaking the words little by little. Yes, but when you're using the premium, you can upload as much words as you want. So the Quillbot, I'm also going to be dropping the link in the description. I'll move over to Paraphraser here. So I'm just going to be rephrasing this and replacing it with what I'm having on my notepad. You can decide to use your notepad, or you can use your Microsoft Word, whichever one. What we just want to do is for us to be able to change those words. We are going to be using Quillbot. I'm doing it like this so it will be easier for me to just copy, paste, and replace, and the rest of that. Now, this is how we are going to be rephrasing it. This is also the reason why I said you should give a space here. You see this? I clicked on it and I clicked on enter on my keyboard, and it gave me this space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one here. The first, I'll copy it. I'll come here. I'll paste it. Then I'll click on paraphrase. So it has rephrased this. Then I'm just going to copy it. This is the copy here. I'll click on copy. Then I'll come over to my notepad. Now there's something that can be tricky here. If I should click on the body here of my notepad, you see that this will just go out. It won't be highlighted. Now you now have to come back again to highlight it and replace it. But if I should come here now, for instance, I just come and click up here. If I should click up here, you see it won't go out. Then I'll just click on Ctrl V for it to be able to replace this. All right, so let's quickly try another one now. We'll move over to the second paragraph here. We are going to be copying this. Ctrl C is to copy, and then you come over to this here, and then you paste it. Ctrl V. Good. And then paraphrase. So this is just how you are going to be doing it till you are done with it. But if you want to make it faster, you need to go ahead and pay for the premium. So you can copy this. Why I'm not paying for the premium is most times I just feel that when you are starting something and you are trying to learn on how to do it, you can just go ahead and use the free version of it first. Then when you keep going into it, then you can now say, okay, let me pay for the premium. But for now, I'm not going to show you guys how to pay for the premium. All you just have to do is to try to understand it using the free version of Quillbot Paraphraser. Then with time, you can now go ahead and pay for the premium. So coming back here now, like I said, I'm not going to click on the body. I'll click at the top here. See this? Then I'll come here and paste it. It has replaced it. Okay, I'll do the same thing for this, and I'll do that right straight till the end. Okay guys, so you can go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay, so now believing you've done that, so then the next thing we want to do now is to move over to our Clipchamp. Now most of you might not be having Clipchamp on your device, so you can do well to install it by going to your Microsoft Store or your App Store and install Clipchamp. All right, so I'm going to be opening mine. This is it here. Okay, so now looking at this here, I'm adding some things to my recap, which is my video, my audio, which was what I rephrased, my music, and then intro. Same with outro and then my logo. Okay, so these are some of the things we are going to be adding on this. Okay, so the first thing we want to do now is to import our videos and our music. So if you want to get a music to use, you can check it out on YouTube Studio. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description too. You can go there to download any music you want to use on your recap. So it's just going to be like a background music though. All right, so this first part here is my intro, where I'm going to be putting in the name of the movie first, and then this down here is the music for this. So while this is actually playing, then the music is going to be along with it. So I'm going to remove all of this here and put in the original name of the movie. So in case somebody watches the recap and want to watch or download it, they can actually come here and they will check it from the beginning of the movie. All right, so let's say you downloaded a movie from movie recap and you want to get the name of that movie. Now this is the way movie recap do theirs. So I'll move over to my YouTube here. All right, so if I should play it from the beginning here, you see it down here. They write the name of their movies down here. All right, sorry, this is the name, The Family, not The King. So I'll go back and change it, go back to my Clipchamp. So the Clipchamp here is where you are going to do the whole editing and the joining and the rest of that from Clipchamp. Why I prefer to use Clipchamp is because my audio, I do not need to maybe start using 11 labs to get my audio and then import it back on Clipchamp. I can do all of that on Clipchamp here. So how do I do that? Look at this here. You see this text to speech. You click on it. When you do that, you can now add your text here and then select the voice you want to use, and you will now add it here. So I have mine here. So now let's say for instance, I want to change this here. What I'll do now is I'll move over to my notes part that I have all my words written, rephrased and written here. Then I'll just copy. Let me copy down to this extent. All right, so I'll copy it. I'll move over to my Clipchamp here and I'll paste it. So you see this now, everything we've been doing, in fact, it is free. So you see that even the voiceover we are using is free. So those of you might be thinking maybe we are using 11 labs to get this done, we are going to be paying for it. No, using the Clipchamp is free. All you just have to do is to download it and then you can go ahead and use it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all my words into audio. All right, so I have my words here, which I'm not going to be using the one I downloaded from YouTube. Okay, so I want to work on my video because I'm going to be doing away with the audio. I'm going to be removing the audio. So on my video, I'll move over to effect or filters because I want to change the color on how it's looking like. So maybe I will just go with filters. I don't want it to look exactly the same as when I got it from YouTube. So I'll move over to my filters. You can use adjust colors to adjust the color, but it should not be the same thing with how you got it from YouTube. Okay, so let's say I want to use this one. All right, so after it has applied it, then what we want to do next now is, if you look at this video, if you are playing this video, you get to some parts where you see, you'll be seeing this movie recap. You see it here, it is written here. I don't know, see, it's faint. You see it here. So we want to do away with this. Now it is not possible for us to be able to remove that part there. So what we want to do now is to crop it. We cannot remove the words, rather we cannot remove those words that are written there, which is movie recap. Then we want to crop it by picking this up a little like this, and then done. All right, then we can now arrange this one a little. All right, so we can work with this. Okay, so now one last thing we need to do before we now export is for us to follow this video from beginning to the end. We need to make sure that whatever it is saying, it fits what it is displaying right here. So now I'm just going to remove this sound here by clicking on this, and then it's going to remove this sound. I'm going to be using mine. Then I'll play this.
I'm going to show you a 2013 comedy, crime, and thriller movie called The Family. Warning: this contains spoilers. Be cautious and mindful. A mafia
All right, so with this I can just follow the movie down to the end and make sure that it fits whatever it is saying there and saying. All right, so at the end I can now put in something like this, like what I'm having here. This is thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to be putting that at the end of my recap. All right, so after that I can now come ahead and export this by clicking on export, and then I export this video. Anytime you find something like this, mind the gap. For you to fix it, you need to go back and fix it. Now the reason it is showing something like that is because there is a gap somewhere that we need to delete. So I think this is the gap here. I'm just going to delete this one here. All right, so you see this, it is now exporting. So this is just the process on how you can create a movie recap by yourself. This is just the simple way you can do that. So you also need to remember that when you are creating your movie recap, all of these steps you need to apply them. And again, one last thing we need to make sure we try and do, if possible, is while we are playing your video, try to flip some parts. Now for instance, there should be a part where, okay, something like this, you can split the video here and then move to somewhere else, maybe around somewhere that needs to be flipped, that can be flipped, and you won't notice that they flipped it and you flip there too. So you need to try and flip, try to make the video totally different from the movie recap uploaded on YouTube. So this is just a simple step you can be able to do in few minutes in order for you to be able to get a recapped movie. All right, so after that you can go ahead and upload. You want to get your thumbnail, you can go to Google and search for the name of that movie on Google, and then it's going to get you some pictures, and then those pictures you can now edit them, try to change the background, try to make it look different, and do some editing on it. Then after that you can now go ahead and upload it on YouTube. All right, so with this, after some months you keep uploading something like this on YouTube, and then you get monetized, you are going to be earning up to $50,000 monthly on YouTube. All right guys, so this is just all I have to share with you guys. So are you thinking of another way you can quickly make money? Maybe you are busy, you are going to work, and in fact you are not having so much time in sitting at home to create a recap like this, and you just want to get an easy paying job to do by yourself, maybe on YouTube or somewhere else. All right, in my next video I'm going to show you guys what you need to do in order for you to be uploading videos on YouTube. In fact, in just few minutes you can create a video and upload fast on YouTube, and you are going to be earning so much also on YouTube when you get monetized. This niche is actually fast growing, it's growing faster on YouTube. In fact, in the next 3 months, if you are consistent and you keep uploading things that people really want to watch or that is important, I tell you, you are going to get monetized. I've created the channel and I helped the channel in growing down to when they got monetized in just 3 months. So it is very much possible for you to start a YouTube channel down to when you get monetized in just 3 months. All right guys, so I'll see you guys in the next video.